Good evening. So, yeah, respond me back in chat window what I am typing in my notepad. It's a confirmation for me that you're getting my voice and you are able to see my notepad. And today it is 13th session. And in last session, what we have discussed, all of you guys, last session we have discussed about a topic called value types and reference types. So continuation of that session. Now it is 13th session as for .NET fundamentals. First session we have discussed about .NET introduction, and 12 sessions we have discussed C# .NET, and in C# .NET it is 11 plus 1 12 plus 1 .NET introduction. So finally it's a 13th introduction session, and who are attending today is the first session, you don't require to worry. So in YouTube my team is sharing all the previous session videos. You want to know that what are the previous sessions I want, sir, just go to YouTube, type RN Reddy IT School, and you just write .NET. Okay, and here you can see, you click on this my photo, then you will get my channel playlist. There you can see all the .NET sessions. So you can observe it's a 12th session, and today it is 13th na, that 12th session and 11th session, 10th session, 9th and 8th and 7 and 5, 6 and 4, 3 and 2. This is the first session. So that image session is actually first session. So that's the reason you can listen all the previous sessions. Who are attending today is the first session, as well as even though who are attending regular classes also can listen all the sessions, right? So now come back to our discussion. Today we are going to discuss a new, based on the last session continuation, we are going to discuss one small question here. Can we assign null value into reference type variable? Can we assign null value into reference type variable? Can we assign null value into reference type variable? Come on, can you tell me? Can you assign null value into reference type variable? Right, fast. Can we assign null value into reference type variable? So what is the answer? Reference type variable. Can you guess? Try to understand. It's one of the most, and you tell me yes or no. I'm expecting that from you guys. Either you say yes or else you say no. Come on. Can we assign null value into reference type variable? Answer yes. For example, you can see it was, for example, you see, right? String yes equal to null. So here you can observe this. S is the string. String is a reference type, and you are able to assign null value. Right? Are you clear? Because string is reference type. Similarly, object O equal to null. Null. So object O equal to null. No issues. You can. It's not giving any error. You can observe build is succeeded. Right? Did you understand here what I said? All of you guys. So then what we can say? Yes. Because reference types are nullable types, means which can contain null value, means which can contain null value, which can contain null value, which can contain what value? Null value, right? So that is the story. So understood all of you, right? Next, to come back to our discussion, can we assign, but before that I will ask you one question. I have a question to all the people. So are you getting my voice, all of you? Are you able to listen properly? And did you understand this two lines code? Did you understand this two lines code? Come on, respond. Your response is most important here when the session is going on. So more than faculty, students should be very active. Yes. So you are learning .NET here. 100% you will get the job. You are learning .NET from Reddy. You just inquire in the market about it. They will tell you 100% job guarantee. So compulsory student will become masters in .NET, and in COVID also we are getting interviews. In COVID also we are getting interviews. I'll show you the interviews details also. Right. Here I have a question. Here I am trying to print S value. S contain null value. Can you tell me what is the output of this? Can you tell me what is the output for this? Fast. Can you tell me what is the output for this? Fast. Respond in chat window, all of you. What is the output for this? It will print null nulla, or it will print nothing, zero na. You see, compilation and execution. Compilation and execution. Nothing. It's not printing anything. You observe. Nothing. It will not print anything. And then null means nothing. The meaning of null is for nothing. They have given a keyword called null. Nothing else. It's not a value. Null means nothing. Did you understand, all of you? Hello. Are you clear? Did you understand? Because so many people will feel that generally it will print null. There is no value called null in the null. Are you clear? It's nothing. There's no more meaning for that. Right. Next question. Can we assign null value into value type variable? Can we assign null value into value type variable? Can we assign null value into value type variable? What is the answer? Come on. Can we assign null value into value type variable? Answer is we can assign or we can't assign. If we can assign, right, reason. If we can't assign, again you should give the reason. Come on, tell me. Fast. Right. Answer. We will try. I'll show you. All of you guys. Just observe this. Int a equal to null. Here you can observe a is integer, right? A is integer. A is what you know, integer. A is integer. Right. A is what, integer. And int is nothing but what type? Value type. But it's throwing error. You can observe. It is throwing error. What is that error? You can see. First of all, you have to remember this. Answer is no, because in C#.NET, nullable types are, sorry, in C#.NET, value types are not nullable types by default, but reference types are nullable types. Reference types are nullable types. Reference types are what? Nullable types. Right. Understood, all of you? Hello. Are you clear? Right. Okay. So what we can say, because in C#.NET, value types are not nullable types by default. Next question. How we can assign? Now you can also see this line and you see the error. It's giving error, saying that cannot convert null to int because it is non-nullable value types. And value types are non-nullable types. Non-nullable means cannot contain null value. Nullable means can contain null value. Can contain null value. Right? Did you understand about this, all of you? Did you understand? Did you understand? Right. Next, how we can assign null value into value types. How we can assign null value into value types. How we can assign null value into value types. Answer is by declaring value types are by declaring, otherwise you can say by declaring nullable value types. By declaring nullable value types. Okay, what is nullable value types? Now we will discuss what is nullable value types. By declaring nullable value types. Declaring what value types? Nullable value types. Nullable value types. What is nullable value types? Answer. In .NET, in .NET 2.0, Microsoft was introduced nullable value types. In .NET 2.0, Microsoft was introduced nullable value types. .NET 2.0, Microsoft was introduced nullable value types. Okay, these nullable value types will allow null value into value types. Null value into value types. Syntax for nullable value types. Syntax for nullable value types. Syntax for what is this? Nullable value types. So you write value. I will show you here. Nullable value type syntax. I'll show you. You observe this. Same into now. Just keep question mark. That's it. Became now this is became nullable value type. You can see just question mark nullable. Then it will allow the null value also. No error. There is no error. You can see. So that's it. Now that means what exactly, sir? Value type and question mark, variable name equal to, you can write null or some value. You can write null or some value. Right? Did you understand, all of you? The privilege you got in 2.0, in .NET 2.0, we got this facility. This is the story. Right? This is the story. Right? Now let's understand small thing here. Are you clear, all of you? Did you understand what I said? Next, did you understand what I said? Hello? Did you understand? Yes. Next, when we will go for nullable value types. 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 Answer. Whenever, can you answer for this question? When we will go for nullable value types. Can you answer? Can you answer for this question? Right. Can you answer for this question? All of you guys. Whenever we want to assign, whenever, otherwise, when we will go for nullable value types. Whenever user value type input is optional. Whenever user value type input is optional, we will declare it as nullable value types. Declare it as nullable value types. We declare it as nullable value types. Did you understand? Okay. For example, right? You guess about example, all of you. Just 1 minute time I'm giving you to guess. To my voice. Can you give me the example for this, all of you? Can you give me the example? I said you try to give me the some example. I said now. Simple, very simple. You observe. Here I am giving you one sample example here. You see. What is that example? You know, listen, all of you. Right. Enter your phone number. You can see here. Enter your phone number. Enter your phone number. Enter your phone number. So here you have a text box. So this is compulsory input. Compulsory and a compulsory how to enter star. Okay, PHNO will declare it as ULOM, something like this. Okay, you and enter alternate phone number. Phone number. So in bracket you have written optional. Input is optional. But here input is compulsory. Star means compulsory. Here we will store this value into a variable called ALTPHN. Suppose here submit button. You have submit button. Here you have submit. User entered a value called 9866193194 is my number. But I don't have second phone number. Assume that. And when you click submit button, this value will go here. compulsory, but here it will go nothing, means null. Compulsory, you have to declare it as a valuable type. U long question mark. Nullable value type. It's a normal value type. It is a nullable value type. In this case, we will go for nullable value types. In this case, we will go for nullable value types. Nullable value types. Are you clear? Did you understand about it? What I said, all of you? Hello. Are you clear about it? Everybody, what is your opinion? Right. So understood? Yeah. So in this case, ante first one we declared as normal value type. U long, just U long PHN. Second one, U long question mark means nullable value type. It is you have to, because there is a chance that user may enter some second phone number also. So here what I said, whenever user value, user input value, I'm sorry, user input value, user value type input is optional, we will declare it as a nullable value types. We will declare it as a nullable value types. Declare it as a nullable value types. That's it. So this is the story. Did you understand, all of you? Hello. Hello. Clear? Huh? Right. So this is the story. Right. Now next. Right. This is the when we will go for nullable value type. Right. Over. Right. This is a topic. Over. Next we will go for next topic is how to. Next we need to discuss one small topic. I forgot to tell you, that is what is this? Yeah, type of and size of. Type of and size of. Type of and size of. Type of and size of are operators. Special operators. Special operators. Type of will return the what base type of given. Type of will return the base type of given data type. Given data type. Type of will return the base type of given data type. For example, this type of will return the base data type of given data type. Base type of given type. Base type of given type. For example, you see console dot write line. Type of operator. Type of int. Then it will return into base type. Into base type. You see into base type. System dot into that, like this is about type of. Did you understand? And who missed data types class? Here you will not understand, but general every data type in C#.NET will have base type. Into base type is system dot into 32. For example, you are checking long base type. What is a long base type? Type of long. Type of long. System dot into 64. System dot into 64 long, like this. Type of will return the given data type base type. Given data type base type. Right. Are you clear? Are you clear, all of you? Right. Next, come back to our discussion. Next, what exactly it is? Console dot write line. Next, size of. And what is size of? Tell me. What is size of? You see. Size of will return the given data type size in bits, not bytes. Sorry, in bytes. I'm sorry, in bytes. Given data type size in bytes. Now, my question to you, all the people: what is the how many? What is the size of into in bytes? What is the predefined size of into data type in bytes? 4. Long. What is the size of long? Bytes. How many bytes long? 8. Very good. Very good. What is the predefined size of decimal? Bytes. Decimal. Decimal, how many bytes? 16. That you can see here. Right. You can see here. Observe this. Okay. Size of int. Size of int. Console dot write line. Size of long. Size of long. Size of int. Size of long. You see. 4 and 8. Size of int is 4. Size of long is 8. That is the story. Now, did you understand, all of you? Hello. Right. Clear. Clear. Did you understand? Come on, respond for my questions. Whether you understood or confused, what is your status? How faculty can understand if you didn't respond anything in chat? In classroom training, we can see your expressions, we can understand somewhat. But here, compulsory you have to respond, right? Come on. Right, all of you, fast. Right, clear. Huh? Next, come back to our discussion. Till the time we are just writing programs to print the values by using C#, but we didn't accept any input from the user. But in C#.net, how to accept input from the user? How to accept input from the user? Come on. In C#.net, how to accept input from the user? 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 Right. Answer by using console.readline. By using console.readline. Here, what is readline? What is readline? What is readline? What is readline? Come on. By using console.readline, not write line. Write line is for what? Printing output. But readline is for what? Input. And C language, printf brother is write line. Scanf brother is readline. Scanf brother is readline. Scanf brother is readline. Right. And anybody, how many are attending C language classes? Once operators are completed, I'll come for data types. Don't worry. Sir is teaching operators. I've given some 3 sessions to one faculty, Santosh sir. Okay, so just I introduced him, nothing else. and the intention is he's going to teach data structures for you. And I'll attend day after tomorrow onwards. I'll come to your session. Don't worry. Right. And who are attending C language, just respond. C language. Yeah, right. How many are writing C language notes every day on book? In a particular book I'm mentioning, I'm writing every day, sir. Who are writing? Every day I'm writing, sir, with good handwriting. How many are writing? Right. Sandhya Mocharla, writing a so Sandhya Mocharla. And everybody are writing. Yeah. Keep with you, and I will, like, we need your notes also. How you are writing, I will check one day. Right. So keep right. I'll give a best prize to the student who have written beautiful notes of my C language, because my C language notes is not available in the market. Okay, so try to record it properly, all of you guys. I will check end of your class, and I will check with video. Sheikh Karima is asking how you will check, sir. I will check. I will check it. Don't worry. Okay, right. Yeah, last of C language I will check, and I'll find. I'll give the uh, good handwriting, and try your best. One student I'll select best notes written student. Yeah, and without missing single line. Okay, you do one thing. Who are writing best notes, good handwriting notes, and neat till the time. One page photo you take, one photo, one page photo, any one page photo, send to me with your name to my number 9866193194 WhatsApp. One page in C language notes. Who are writing without missing single line, send to me. I will see your notes. Right, just WhatsApp photo. Take a photo. Again, Sheikh Karima is asking, how can I send you, Sarat? So take photo, handwritten notes now, one page notes. You take the photo and send to me. Right. Yeah. Did you understand what I said, all of you? Hello. Yeah. Next, come back to our discussion. Right. Yes. By using how to accept input from the user by using console.writeline. You know very well about console is a class, readline is a method. So what is readline? Simple. Read line is a predefined method which is member of console class, which is member of readline is a predefined method which is member of console class. This method will accept input from the user, which will accept input from the user until user will press enter key, until user will press enter key. Once user pressed enter key, that accepted value, it will return as string value. It will return as string value. It will return as a string value. Right. That this is little bit confusion topic. All of you guys read 10 times and try to understand what is it. All of you guys read 10 times and try to understand fast. Right, fast, all of you. Come on, read it 10 times. And after you read it 10 times, write in chart window question and answer without seeing. Write in chart window without seeing. Right, all of you guys fast. Right, listen here. What it is doing, I said readline is a predefined method which is a member of console class. This method will accept input from the user until user will press an enter key. Once user pressed enter key, that accepted value, it will return as what value? String value, I said. It will return as what value? String value, right? Yes, it will return as a what value? String value, right? So come back to this one, right? You observe. What is this exactly? I'll show you here. Observe this. Right, exactly. You see this. Right. I'll show you here. Yes. About readline, I'm explaining. Console dot readline. You see. What is this actually? It will accept input from the user, I said. Already we are using readline. What do you see? Now control is when you run this code, first control is executing this line. Here readline is executing. What readline is doing? Wait, it is waiting for user input actually. Once user entered Rama, R entered by user accepted by readline, A entered by user accepted by readline, M entered by user accepted by readline, A. Like this it will accept. How long it will accept, sir? Until user press and enter. Once user pressed enter, what it will do? This method will return that accepted value as a string value. Rama will. So that's the reason we need to store somewhere. We need to store somewhere. For that, I'm showing you what I am doing. Listen. What I am doing here, string value or a equal equal. Now console dot write line a your value is a your value is a. That's it. Your value is a. Means here we have to use some concatenation operator. You see, plus a. Now you can observe this code. How this code will execute, sir? I will explain to you. Observe this. How this code will execute. Yes, observe this, all of you. Whenever you run this application, how this code will execute. You observe this. Yes. OP. Whenever you run this application, first control will execute this line. In this line, first RHS and the right hand side will execute. Readline method will be waiting here for user input. Assume that user entered Rama. Rama is entered by user and it is accepted by your readline method. That readline method will return Rama as a string value. Rama as a string value. String value. Immediately you have a question, why this method will return it as a string value only, sir? Because this method redefined code I am showing you, that method return type is string. The method is a part of a class called console. It's a member of a class called console. And the method return type is readline method return type is string value. String value. It's a return type is string value. String value. String value. Right. So then it will return as what? String. String value. It will return as a string value. Okay. So now control will execute LHS on the left hand side. It will create one variable. The variable type is string. String. Then control will execute the assignment operator. Assignment operator will assign the Rama here. Rama here. Then control will execute console.writeline. Your value is. It will give you output. Your value is A. ఏంటి అమ్మా A Rama. And move the cursor to next line. Again, console.readline purpose is holding. Last readline purpose is holding until user press enter. Once user press enter, it will close. So this is the small explanation about readline. But readline is one of the confusion topic actually. Now, how did you understand my explanation about readline? Come on, give me the like your opinion, feedback. How did you understand? Fast. This one. Right, fast. Right. Did you understand? Right. Okay. I'll explain one more time if you didn't understand. Don't worry. Yeah. Now I will explain in another way. Now here I explained in one model with the help of my digital board. Now this time I will explain like this. You observe, all of you. Yes. Compilation, again execution. Compilation, again execution. What is happening, sir? You can ask me. Rather very simple. Output window is blinking, means your right side read line is executing and it is waiting for the user input. User is now read line is executing. RAMA entered by user, accepted by read line. Once you press enter, then what happened? The read line method will return that accepted value from the user as a string value, means with the double quotes. Okay, Babu, here user entered Amma, user entered Rama. That Ramani read cheskoni, it will return as a Rama. Again, LHS will create a variable called A and assignment operator will get assigned. Then after this, console.writeline, your value, once you press enter, console.writeline will print your value is Rama. Then this read line is holding, here holding, blinking until user press enter. Once you press enter, sorry, once user press enter, it will close. It will leave, read line will leave. This is the story. Right. Did you understand about this? What I explained, all of you? Come on. Today you have oops class. Yes. After festival, today we are going to start. You want me to explain the same read line one more time with the help of tracing window? You want me to explain same read line with the help of tracing window? Fast, respond in chat window. Why only string value? Because the method return type they kept as string. Why readline return string అంటే they it's a predefined. వాళ్ళు చెప్తున్నారు they are telling Bobby to return. Why they kept as string అంటే string can contain any value. A 10 can hold by double quotes. A 10.5 can hold by and a floating value can hold by string. That's the reason. You can hold any value within the double quotes. That's it. I'll do what you know. I'll give you one small example here. With the help of example, I'll explain again next. Again, I'll explain. You see. One program we take, then you can understand very easily. Program one, write a C# program, write a C# program to accept, write a C# program to accept name from the user and store into one variable, that is uname, and print to the user. Print to the user and print to the user. Write a C# program to accept name from the user and store into one variable, that is uname, and print to the user. Print to the user. Right. Write a C# program to accept name from the user and store into one variable, that is uname, and print to the user. So step one, design with OP. Design with OP. Design with OP fast. Design with OP. Design with OP. Right. I'm going to show you here. You observe. Yes, OP, enter your name. User entered Rama. Once user pressed enter, that read line will accept Rama and will return as a double quotes Rama. Now it is string value. LHS will create one variable. LHS will create one variable, that is uname. That variable type is string and assign Rama. Right, assign Rama. Your name is output. Your name is Rama. Your name is Rama. That's it. Print, move the cursor to next line. Print, move the cursor to next line. That's it. Move the cursor to next line. That's it. Right. That's it. Right. Over all of you. But this is the design. Did you understand, all of you? Here I am talking about string value. Manikanta, why you are asking, sir, if we need to take number, what we need to do? Why you are asking about that? First to concentrate on A, then we go for B. That is called overaction. Why you are asking? First concentrate on A. Let all the people to understand the concept. దాన్ని ఏమంటాడంటే డైవర్ట్ చేయటం అన్నాడు స్టూడెంట్ ఫ్యాకల్టీ కొంచెం అర్థం కాగానే మీరు డైవర్ట్ చేస్తే faculty will answer for your question and remaining people who are confused, they will be in that topic only. Don't ask me what I am teaching, just listen. That's it. Right. Everything will clear. Next topic, that only. When I am talking about A, you are asking B. Yes. Now we will write the program here. All of you guys just observe. Right. Console dot write line. Enter your name. Right. String uname equal to console dot read line and console dot write line. Your name is uname. Observe this, all of you. Right? Okay. Build the solution and execution. Yes, you observe. First, console.writeLine will execute. It will be printing, enter your name and moving the cursor to next line. Then console.readline will execute. The readline will be waiting for user input. User entered Rama. Once user pressed enter, once user pressed enter, once user pressed enter, readline will return Rama with double quotes. Readline will return Rama with double quotes. Then LHS will create a variable